Hi everyone, welcome back. So we have already completed acid, bases and salt chapter. Okay, today I will be starting a new chapter, that is what refraction of light at plane surfaces. Refraction of light at plane surfaces. So here, to know what is meant by refraction, before that let's see some example here. When you keep a coin, when you place a coin in a beaker, think that you have placed a coin in a beaker and to try to fill the beaker or the vessel with water. When you fill the beaker or vessel with water, what you can observe? What you can observe that the coin appears to rise up. It appears that the coin has raised up. Okay, it has raised up. Means what? If you take one more example, think that there is a glass tumbler. A glass tumbler. Now what you will do? You place a small lemon into it. Lemon. Okay, now you try to fill the glass tumbler with water. When you fill the glass tumbler with water which contains lemon in it, what it appears that? It appears that lemon has become big. Lemon has become big. So what are the things, why we are observing these sort of illusions? When the coin is placed at the bottom of the beaker, when I place water into it, what it appears to me that the coin has raised up. At the same time, when I place a lemon into the glass tumbler and I fill the glass tumbler with water, it appears to me that the lemon is becoming big or large size. Okay, now if you take one more example here, take one vessel or beaker. Okay, you try to fill the beaker with water. You fill the beaker with water. Now what do? You take one pencil and you place the pencil into that beaker. Okay, when you place the pencil into that beaker, here water is there. Okay, when you place the pencil into that beaker, what you can observe that when you see from the side wall of the beaker or vessel, we can observe that there is a bend. There is a bend at the interface. Think that this is the pencil. When at the interface means what? The region where the two medium will intersect. Okay, the region where the two, here what is that one medium? It is A. Okay, this region is what? Water. This is called as what? This is called as interface. Okay, interface of two medium. At the interface, what you can observe that there happened a bend to the pencil. But is it really the pencil became bent? It is not. It has not become bent. But it appears to us that when I keep the pencil into the water, at the interface, the pencil has appeared as bent. Why all these things is happening? All these things, all these examples are related to only one concept called as refraction. So what is meant by refraction? In order to know about refraction, let's see one example. Through that example, I will be defining what is meant by refraction. Okay, now what I will do? I will take one vessel. Okay, I will take one vessel or beaker. Now what I will do? I will place one coin here. Think that there is a vessel here. At the bottom of the vessel, what I have done, I have placed a coin. Now what I will do? I start moving away from the vessel. Till what distance I will be moving away from the vessel? Until I am unable to see the coin in the vessel. So here, when the vessel is here, I will be able to see the coin very clearly. When I start moving away from the coin vessel, at one instant, at one distance, I will be unable to think that at this position I am unable to see the coin. Okay, I am unable to see the coin means what? Whatever the light rays that is coming from the coin. Whatever the light rays that is coming from the coin, what is happening? It is not reaching my eye. That is the reason I am unable to see the coin. Why am I not able to reach the coin? Whatever the wall, think that is an opaque wall. Okay, it is an opaque wall. Now here what I have done. So due to that wall of the vessel, what is that? It is what? It is not making the light rays to travel towards my eye. That is the reason I am unable to see the coin which is present in the water, which is present in the vessel. Now what I will do? I will ask my friend to fill the vessel with water. Okay. When your friend starts filling the vessel with the water at a distance where I am unable to see it, when your friend starts filling the vessel with water, again it appears to me that to me, I will be able to see the coin. Okay, understand what I am saying? The distance where I was unable to see the coin, when the vessel is filled with water, now I am able to see the coin. Now I am able to see the coin means what? At first instant, whatever the direction the light rays was coming from the coin, and from that direction I was unable to see the coin. But when I have filled the, when my friend filled the vessel with water, I am able to see the coin means what? Whatever the light rays that is coming from the coin, it may have changed the direction. Before instant, whatever the direction the light rays was coming, I was unable to see it. But here, I am able to see the coin means what? The light rays has changed the direction. That is the reason I am able to see the coin. That's what we can see. First thing about the light rays is that, what is the first important point about the light rays? It always moves in a straight path. It always moves in a straight path in a medium. As I said, what is one medium? Air is one medium. What is the important property of the light ray? Light ray always take a straight path in a medium. Second important property of the light ray is what? It follows Fermat principle. What is this Fermat principle says about? The light rays move between the points where it takes very less time to travel. Understood what this Fermat principle says about? The light rays moves in two different points where there is very less time to travel. Means what? Think that this is A point, this is B point, and now the light ray want to travel. So here what the Fermat principle says that light ray always takes a path between the point which has very less time to travel. Understood what does Fermat principle say? That the light rays always takes that path between the points where it takes very less time to travel. So it will say there will be different direction of light rays. In that different direction of light rays, the light rays will choose only that path which has very less time to travel. That is called as Fermat principle. Very important concept of the Fermat principle. Understood what is the Fermat principle? So light ray, first thing is what? Light rays always choose a straight path in a medium. And what is the second point about that? It always follows Fermat principle. What does Fermat principle says? That light rays always takes that path between the points where it takes very less time to travel is called as Fermat principle. Now in the second case, I am able to see the coin means what? The light rays has changed the direction. And where the light rays has changed the direction, if you observe the previous example of the pencil, what we can observe that? We can observe a bend where at the interface. Okay, means what? There if the light rays is changing, where the light rays has changed the direction, the light rays has changed the direction at the interface. The light rays has changed the direction at the interface. That is the reason you are able to see the object. How come and light rays can change the direction? In what way the light rays can change the direction? If the light ray has changed the speed. Okay, if the light rays is able to change the speed, then only light rays can change the direction. Understood? So here, how we can define this refraction? Refraction is nothing but the process of changing speed of light ray which result in the change in the direction of the light ray is called as refraction. Here, that's what I am saying. Here, first thing, we are not able to see the coin because whatever the direction is, in that direction I am unable to see the coin. But when I have filled the vessel with water, again I am able to see the coin means what? Whatever the light ray direction was, it has changed the direction. How come a light rays can change the direction? By only changing the speed. So here refraction is nothing but what? The process of changing speed of the light ray which result in what? Which result in change in the direction of the light ray. That is called as refraction. Very simple definition is there for the refraction. Refraction is simply called as bending of light. Bending of light. Refraction is nothing but bending of light ray is called as refraction. So here, let's see two cases here. In what way the light ray will bend? So here, consider two cases here. Think that this is medium 1 And here bending of light rays will not happen if the light rays is traveling in the normal direction. Normal direction is what? Perpendicular direction. If the light ray is traveling in the perpendicular direction, then the light ray will never bend. Okay. Now here think that this is medium 1 and this is medium 2. Medium 1 and this is medium 2. Okay. Now think that a light ray starting from here. Okay, and it has moved in this direction. Think that the velocity of the light ray is v1 and velocity of light ray medium 2 is v2. Okay, same thing here. What we can observe that in second case, velocity v1 and this is velocity v2. Now here, if you observe the case 1, what we can say here? Here the with one velocity medium 1, it is moving with velocity v1. And here, if you when it enter, this thing that this is our interface. At the interface, what you have observed, it is decreasing, it is bending towards what? Towards the normal. Means what? It has decreased its direction, it has changed its direction. But here it is coming closer to the normal. Means what? Here the velocity has decreased. Decrease means what? What we can say, medium 1 will act as what? Rarer. Medium 2 will act as a denser. When the light ray travels from rarer to denser, here what we have observed that velocity v1 has become what? Greater to velocity v2. Velocity of light ray in medium 1 is greater than velocity of light ray in medium 2 means what? Here it is coming closer to the normal. Means what? This medium 2 will act as denser medium and medium 1 will act as a rarer medium. So when light ray travel from rarer to denser, the light ray what? Bend towards the normal. Light ray bend towards the normal. And when the light ray traveling from rarer to if you observe the second case, what is that? In medium 1 it has velocity v1, in medium it has velocity v2. Here what we are observing, it is moving away. Means what here? Velocity v1 is less than velocity v2. Because it is moving away from the normal. So what we can say here, medium 1 will act as a denser medium and medium 2 will act as a rarer medium. Understood? So from this what we can understand that when light ray travels from denser to rarer, it moves away from the normal. Understood? So here what is the important point what we have learned here, that when the light ray is traveling from denser to rarer or rarer to denser, if the light ray is traveling from rarer to denser, the light ray bends towards the normal, and if the light ray is moving from denser to rarer, it bends away from the normal. So here refraction is nothing but what? Bending of light ray. Here bending of light ray is taking place. And one more thing, think that whatever this is our what? Incident ray and this is our refracted ray. So here the angle between the incident ray and the normal, the angle between the incident ray and the normal is called as angle of incidence, and the angle between the refracted ray and the normal is called as angle of refraction. Okay, same thing here. So here when the light ray is moving from rarer to denser, angle of incidence will be greater than angle of refraction when light ray is moving from rarer to denser. And here when the light ray is moving from denser to rarer, angle of incidence will be less than angle of refraction. Okay, understood? So on what factor this refraction depends? If you observe here, medium will plays an important role for bending of light rays. So here what I can say that refraction will depend on one sort of property called as refractive index. Okay, refraction depends on what? Refraction depends on one constant called as what? Refractive index. Here refractive index tells about what? Refractive index tells about the property of the material what you are taking, or the nature of the material what you are taking. So here refractive index will tell us about how to what extent the light has bent or to what extent the light has changed its direction. Understood? Refraction depends on what? Refraction depends on the refractive index. Refractive index tells about what? Refractive index tells about to what extent the light rays has bent when it is moving from one medium to another medium, or in what extent the light rays has changed its direction, or what extent light has changed its speed. It's nothing but refractive index. Here refractive index depends on what? Nature of the material. So in the next class I'll be saying about what is meant by refractive index. I hope everyone has understood what is meant by refraction. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.